had an M&M, a peanut M&M, about 20 years ago, and I thought that's what all M&Ms were. I didn't realise there were different M&Ms. I've only just discovered this literally in the last 2 weeks.
There's peanut lost ones as well, isn't there?
There's peanut, there's chocolate, and then there's like a sort of Rice Krispie one.
I don't fancy the latter.
Oh, you should have some of that.
Get some of that down here.
Get some of that down, yeah, you do it.
Good. Right then, that'll be it then.
Guess you're done, is it?
Yeah, I'll be here lunch next week, Ace Madge, 12 till 2, and I'll be out at Tamworth Town Hall meeting all the gorgeous listeners as well. If you can come down and meet me, that'd be ace. And I'll hand the responsible BBC reins over now to Iain Lee.
You have to press the button.
I press.
On FM.
Thank you.
Preview,
Nice one, Iain.
Digital
Nice
radio,
one, Mole.
and
Nice.
online.
Nice one, down, Phil.
In the West Midlands, BBC WM
Oh, man.
95.6.
I mean, really, is this what the BBC has sunk to? This idiot doing 2 hours on a Saturday? I demand my licence fee back. You can't have it. I spent it on M&Ms and coffee. What are you going to do about it? Let's get the news. Here's Sophie.
It's been revealed that the funerals of 3 men from Wednesbury murdered in the Tunisian beach attack will take place next week. Adrian and Patrick Evans and Joel Richards were among 38 people murdered in Sousse. Sue Davey from Tamworth also lost her life in the attack, along with ex-Birmingham City footballer Dennis Thwaites and his wife Elaine, who was originally from Kingsheath. Yesterday, a minute's silence was held across the country, and then the bell at Lichfield Cathedral tolled once for each life lost. The cathedral's dean, the Very Reverend Adrian Dorbus, says we've all been affected by the attacks.
It does show us how vulnerable we are to this kind of mindless terrorism, but also how vigilant we've got to be, and I think how resolute we've got to be in trying to combat a destructive form of faith and to try and dialogue more fruitfully and more equitably.
Plans to end inheritance tax on homes under £1 million will be included in George Osborne's budget on Wednesday. The government say those who have worked for their homes should be able to pass them on to their families. It would be brought into force from April 2017. The head of taxation at the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, Chas Roy Chowdhury, says the government could have gone further.
They could have actually said the principal private residence, as it's called for capital gains tax purposes, would be exempt entirely from inheritance tax. So instead of having this top-up of £175,000 per individual, so a couple make it £1 million together with the other nil rate band for inheritance tax, they could have actually just taken the house out completely.
Around 150 migrants trying to get to Britain stormed the Eurotunnel in Calais last night. Services had to be cancelled, and the company have said again it's time for the authorities to sort the problem out. Services have resumed today, but thousands of migrants are still at the port. A 57-year-old motorbike rider has died after a crash in Brierley Hill. He came off his bike after colliding with a van on Tuesday night on Pedmore Road. Police spoke to the driver at the scene and say their inquiries are ongoing. Now, don't panic if you see lots of people in hazard suits at Russell's Hall Hospital in Dudley later. They're doing a decontamination training exercise. It's happening outside the emergency department. The story of a pensioner who travelled 135 miles to donate to a Wolverhampton hospice has now reached 700,000 people online. And Compton Hospice are going to print out all the thanks and send them on to Joe Hagland. He came all this way to donate £100 after seeing lead thefts at the hospice, featured on the BBC's Crime Watch Roadshow. Grace Rustin from Compton Hospice says they're delighted to be involved.
It's really touched us, I think, in light of all of the terrible events over the last week and all the negative news in the media. It's fantastic to see that there really are some wonderful, kind-hearted people still out there.
A Wolverhampton pub's apparently the best in the country. The Hail to the Ale in Claregate has been given the award by Camera. It had already won the City Award. And in cricket, Brendan McCullum hit a domestic T20 record score of 158 not out in the Birmingham Bears' 60-run victory over Derbyshire. And the Bears take on the Leicestershire Foxes at Grace Road this afternoon. It's live on BBC WM from 2. In new weather, after a cloudy morning, it will be sunny, dry too and feeling warm. Maximum temperatures of 24 Celsius or 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Dry tonight, lows of 11 Celsius, 52 degrees Fahrenheit with some rain tomorrow. That's your news for the West Midlands. It's 4 minutes past 10.
Hello. My pet monkey bit my mum's ear off.
Video killed the radio star.
In this modern world of ours, where all is push and shove, everybody's got to have something he can love. Some folk like to spend their lives on horses, dogs and booze. Others pass their time away with monkeys, lions and gnus. but me. Poor! I like birds, birds, birds. Poor! Any kind of bird. Nothing seen or heard thrills me like a bird. I like birds, birds, birds. You can take my word, there ain't nothing like a bird, bird, a bird. There's a throttle-throated, plushy-coated, lushy little thrush who twitters every evening by me door. She whistles up near, oh, lots of lovey-dovey slush. It makes me feel so poor. I like a bird who rests on me airy chest, where she's built a nest in my old string vest. I like birds, birds, birds. You can take my word, there ain't nothing like a bird, a bird, a bird. I like birds, birds, birds. I like birds. I used to keep mice. I'd be a sensation with an all. I've often fancied a poodle. Not like I fancy a bird. I've gone off my porridge. Football and cricket about it.
That's disgusting. I love it. I like it bald. I'll smack his bottom.
That's better, guys, isn't it? Oh, good morning. Morning. Wakey, wakey. Having it large, I believe. Busy show this morning, guys. What have you been locked out of? The cheapest thing you've ever bought. I know, bear with me. And what the hell is Doc Martin all about? I mean... And how many is too many M&Ms? I would suggest I blame it, and I blame it on the M&M company. Who makes that stuff? Disney? Is it Disney? Probably. Why the hell not? I blame it on those guys for making the packets too big. How am I supposed to know? Paul, how am I supposed to know how
You're
many...
never supposed to know.
No, well, how am I supposed to know how many M&Ms I can safely eat with... Oh, I've got to do this, hang on.
Saturdays with Iain Lee.
On BBC WM 95.6.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
How am I supposed to know how many M&Ms I can safely eat before a radio show without feeling nauseous? I just don't know, Paul, and they don't make that clear on the packet. So shame
25.
on... Sorry?
25,
Well,
I'd say.
how many are in a big packet? Because I just caned. I have to use the word caned. It's been a long time. I just caned a whole packet. And I'll be honest, Paul, I feel rough. I feel high, but not the good high.
Next time, have 4 pints of cider instead of the radio show.
Do you know what? I haven't had a drink for, let me just do the maths.
10 years. 10
No.
10 years.
It's more than 10 years. Hang on, so October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. I haven't had a pint for 10 years and 9 months and around about 2 weeks, okay?
That's really good going, mate.
I could murder
You've been
one
10
right now.
hours for me.
I could murder one right now at 10 past 10 on a Saturday morning. Flipping heck. Anyway,
I've got
Paul.
a story about M&M's.
Hey,
not the rapper, the poor rapper, the other shop.
Imagine naming yourself. It's like naming yourself Penny Chews, isn't it? Or cola cubes or milk bottles. You know.
Yeah.
Welcome to the stage, milk bottles.
Yeah, it was a pretty good story. Me and the missus and the kids were walking through Leicester Square. Loads of pubs. Next thing you know, M&M World, mate, a shop just with M&Ms and stuff in it. It's brilliant.
Well, hang on. Where was this?
Leicester Square, I think. Google M&M World.
I've been there, Paul. It's rubbish.
It's expensive, but it's really good fun if you like M&Ms.
All it is, right, is it's 3 floors of M&Ms. That's all it is. They just sell M&Ms. I don't understand the phenomenon.
Every different colour. You can have every different colour in the world, mate.
Did you see in the news this week, and this blew my mind, they've discovered a new colour.
Wow.
Scientists... Well, they haven't come up with a name yet. I think they're doing like a reality show in America to kind of name it. But they've come up with a new colour, right? It's somewhere in between green and red, and only 66%, only 2/3 of people can actually see it.
That's pandemonium, that is, mate.
It's colour nuts.
That's crazy.
I'm talking to you, Paul. I've turned to page 28 of the Daily Star. By the way, if anyone's got any suggestions for the name for the new colour, 03453 009956. You are in there, Pub Lunch.
Get in there. Yes, you beauty. Woohoo!
This is the Pub Lunch. Paul texts the Daily Star. Who's that?
That's my son, Zach. I'm on the phone, son. Hold on.
Yeah, shut up, Zach. How old's Zach?
Yeah, man.
Hello?
He's 3.
Oh, shut up, Zach.
Yeah, Zach, say hello.
Hello.
Hello, Zach. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Why aren't you at work today, Zach?
Why aren't you at work today? On your trampoline?
Yeah.
Yeah, go and play on your trampoline unsupervised. Good parenting there.
Hey, I'm watching him, man.
Sorry?
I'm watching him on the trampoline now.
Good.
Good parenting. What's the Daily Star say, mate?
Will you
Please.
shut up and I will tell you? Flipping it. You and Zach have broken Britain. You broke Britain. Britain was fine until you came along. You broke... Be quiet! I am growing a tomato plant in my van. How rock and roll is that? Yeah.
That is cool. From a seed, mate. From a seed. Just seed.
I think you better go and help Zach. It sounds like he's stuck on his trampoline.
Okay, then. See you later, Ian.
Ta-ta.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed. I mean... So this record you're hearing now... Hang on a second. What's this called? The World of Tijuana, the Mexicans, right? It's an album, right? Proper vinyl. Have a guess how much this cost me? 10 pence. 10 pence. 10p. There are 4 record shops in Birmingham that I'm aware of, right? Swordfish, excellent. Discovery, excellent. There's another one whose name I won't say because they were a little bit rude to me when I went in there. Not so excellent. And then there's this one, the Music and Goods Exchange, right? And it's weird in there. They've got loads of records. But the best section, when you walk in, go left, the 10 pence an album section. 10 pence an album section. That's where I got this bad boy. Ba-dum, 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 ba. I went there Yesterday, I bought myself 15 LPs at 10 pence a pop. Let me do the maths. That works out at £1.50. £1.50 for 15 LPs. Oh, and I've got some gems. I've got some real gems. So I want to know this morning, please. Your M&M stories, of course. We can expand that to any chocolate stories. Why the hell not 03453 009956? But perhaps more importantly, what's the cheapest thing you've ever bought? No, hang on. Let me rephrase that. What's the best bargain you've ever had? 15 LPs at £1.50. They're all as good, or nearly as good, or not quite as good as this one. Imagine. 03453 009956. Right, we should do a little bit of business, shouldn't we? Let's get the trav.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Here's Lisanne.
Thanks, Ian. Well, there's problems on the M5 this morning. Northbound, there's queues following 2 lanes closed by a vehicle fire between junction 5 and 4A at Droitwich up to the M42. It's lanes 1 and 2 of that 3-lane stretch which are closed. The motorway was fully blocked at around 10 o'clock this morning. It's just reopened, but you're going to take a while to get through the queues. Southbound is also struggling as a result. It's heavy now from 4 to 5 if you're making your journey past there, as there was a little bit of a halt on the traffic through past the scene. The M6 southbound heavy through the roadworks 10 to 8. That's the Wolverhampton to M5 stretch of the motorway. Also, some queues still are being expected on the A38. It's the Birmingham Road at Licky End. Queues because of temporary traffic lights near towards the SA garage, causing you a few problems this morning. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 travel on 0330 123 3550.
BBC WM is getting out of the studio.
Why do you love Wolverhampton? There's a really good, diverse mix of people here.
10 weeks, 10 places, your stories.
It's amazing. I think that you get a sense of local love.
Birmingham, Sutton Coldfield, Redditch, Wolverhampton, Stourbridge, Dudley, Solihull and Walsall. We want to hear about the stories that matter to you.
If council do free parking, people will start coming back to town.
Your WM continues next week, live in Tamworth.
Imagine, Nick, imagine. That gentleman at the end there. Imagine free parking, Nick. Nick?
What a luxury.
The thing is, for a long time, I lived in London, right? You can pay 15 quid an hour in some parts of London to park. So when one goes to areas that are not big cities, that are not London, and you get locals complaining that the parking's gone up from 50p an hour to 70p an hour, part of me does think, perhaps a little bit arrogantly, suck it up. Suck it up. Go and park in London.
Suck it up.
Sorry?
Suck it up.
He said, suck it up. Yes, go, suck it up. Suck it up. Go and park in London for a day. Suck it up, baby. What you got for us, Nicholas?
Guten Tag, mein Herr.
Guten Tag, mein Herr. Hast du Geschwister?
Sehr gut.
Ja, mein Geschwister ist heiß Joanne.
Bist du?
Ja.
I've got some brilliant gossip for you.
Oh, go on. Is it about that?
You ought to be paying for this, really.
Oh, mate, who have you got? Go on, let's.
Because I love you.
Just
and I make no secret about it.
Just remember the rule.
Never mention Danny Kelly on your show.
Okay, so let's just hope it's not about that loser.
Well, there's a quick ritual to do. TGI DKS.
Thank God, it's what?
TGI.
Yeah.
DKS.
PK.
DK.
Thank God it's.
Danny.
What?
D for Danny.
Oh, for crying out loud, Nicholas. Come on, get to the point before I come to Edgbaston and whop your ass.
Missed you yesterday. Caught the last 5 minutes. There was some new names on and it was brilliant.
It was a blinder. Yeah, everybody, if you missed yesterday's show between 2 and 4, go and listen to it on the iPlayer because it was awesome.
Same old story, mate.
Nick, Nick, are you in Los Angeles or the moon or something? Because there's a real delay between me saying something and it connecting with your brain.
Yeah, rough night last night.
Oh, I see. It's one of those. I'm 10 years, 10 months and 2 weeks away from that, thank God.
I drank too much Coke last night.
Yeah, that'll be I had a Coca-Cola last night and I couldn't finish it. It was too.
You can get drunk on Coke.
No, you can't. Well, if you mix it with vodka, you can. Yes.
No, if you drink a lot of Coke,
No.
you can actually be tipsy.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
No.
Fact.
No,
Fact.
no, lie.
Okay, check it out. I'll give you a chance.
No, well, no, it's a lie. You can't get drunk on Coke.
Please check it out first before you contradict me.
Well, I'm not contradicting you. I'm correcting you.
Both correcting me.
Exactly.
Do you want the gossip or not?
You can. Okay, this is another phone in. Thank you. Things you can get drunk on that aren't boozy. 03453 009956. We've all been drunk. No, you can't get drunk on Coke though.
Coke?
If it's got vodka in, yes.
No, Coke.
You can get drunk on food.
Would you like this gossip?
Yeah, go on, please.
Your friend Kimberly.
Oh, Kimberly, you say, yes.
And all the listeners' friends
Hello?
out there.
Good afternoon.
Yep.
Hello, Kimberly.
Hello.
And my friend, and I love listening to Kimberly.
Good afternoon.
She was on. Afternoon, Kimberly.
Hello.
She was. No.
Hello.
She was. She was on the phone late last week. I was coming back from Worcester.
Yeah.
And she phoned in, and the subject was what you wanted to do when you grew up.
Right.
And
What do you want?
wanted to do?
What do you want to do when you grow up, Nick?
I wanted to be a spaceman.
Oh, well, there's still time. Shall I tell you what put me off wanting to be a spaceman, right? That bit, I think it's in Moonraker, where James Bond gets put in the... It might not be Moonraker, but he gets put in that revolving arm that's... You know the thing that tests for the G-force?
Yeah, and they let him swing.
Yeah, that put me off going to space. That really did. I've got no desire... I don't like fairground rides, and space is like a fairground ride.
Yeah.
I've got no desire for it at all, thank you very much.
Would you like to ask Kimberly what she wanted to do, or would you like me to tell you?
Well, why don't you tell me, Nick?
Okay, I'll give you the option.
Thank you. What?
She wanted to be an undertaker.
Oh.
Because she liked dead bodies.
Oh. How queer.
Yeah.
How
Spilling the beans now. Anyway, leave it to you. Hasta luego, baby.
Thank you very much. I mean... I think we'll start the show properly at 11 today. I don't know. This uses first hour as a run-in groove, shall we? So, 03453 009956 is the telephone number. You kind of know the rules. I sit here and spout stuff. You call in about anything that you want. The things that we've got so far are, what can you get drunk on that isn't booze? You can't get drunk on Coke. That's not a thing. You can get, well, no, you can't get anything. You just get bloated on Coke. You can get drunk on food. We've all eaten a load of food. Hey, one of my most memorable, would you call McDonald's milkshakes a food or a drink? I mean, it's a real tough one, isn't it? Anyway, one of my most memorable, thinking or druid experiences was when I was knocking back a McDonald's milkshake on a really hot day, right? It was so delicious, but it gave me an ice cream headache. So I had to stop, and when the ice cream headache went, I went back in. I had to stop, ice cream headache went, and I went back in. I had an ice cream headache 9 times in that vanilla milkshake. 9 times. It was so delicious. I simply could not stop diving back in there. So, what can you get drunk on that isn't booze? 03453 009956. The best bargain you got. This cost me 10 pence. This record I'm playing now cost me 10 pence. Already I've got a quarter of a show out of it. What have you been locked out of? We'll get to that in a bit. And does anybody actually watch Doc Martin? I watched Doc Martin last night for the second time in my life. It's like heroin. It's horrible and it makes you nauseous, but it's strangely Moorish. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. You're listening to A Dead Man Walking. 03453 009956. I'm all a tangle today. Josephine's in Frankly. Good morning, Josephine.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant your radio is, and you can get drunk on cough mix.
Well, and of course, Josephine, let me just butt in for a second. Of course, we are not in any way suggesting anyone does that. And I think most cough mixes you can't now because they've taken out that chemical. But, Josephine, thank you for that insight. Have you ever been drunk on food?
I got drunk on a chocolate cake once.
Now, you say you got drunk on a chocolate cake. Was there booze in the chocolate cake, or were you
I reckon there was brandy in it.
Yes.
Yeah, we was drunk, yeah.
I don't like... Here's the thing, right? Why would anyone put booze... Here's the things I don't like. Booze in a trifle, no, ruins it. And coffee in a cake, coffee cake, no, that is messed up, isn't it?
They put booze in a Christmas cake.
Well, imagine booze and coffee in a cake. You'll get drunk, and then it calms you down at the same time.
Yeah, give you a headache, though.
Josephine, can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
Man to man.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched the television programme that's referred to, primarily because that's what it's called, Doc Martin?
I did. I watched it a couple of times. He's quite funny, actually.
Well, I watched it last night for the second time in my life, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Here we go. Shh. 10 pence this record cost me. Everyone's a winner. I watched it last night for the second time in my life, right? I didn't get it. Is it a comedy? Is it a drama? Is it... What is it supposed to be?
It's supposed to be a drama, I'd say.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't very dramatic.
He's quite funny.
Is it a comedy then?
Yeah, he's quite funny, actually. He is quite funny, especially when he picks up that baby.
Is he playing the same character that he plays in Men Behaving Badly?
I'd say he does.
It's the same man.
Yeah, I'd say he is. Yeah, it is the same man. He does act the same. Yeah.
So do any of the other characters from Men Behaving? So this is like Joey was a spin-off of Friends. Doc Martin is a spin-off of Men Behaving Badly.
Yeah, I'd say he is. Yeah.
Josephine, say hello to Kimberly.
Hello, Kimberly. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Keeping well?
Yeah, still breathing.
The sun is going to come out today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think it's going to be plenty of sunshine today.
Okay.
I'm going to go painting the fence.
What part of Ireland are you from?
Tipperary.
All right, it's a long way.
Yeah, it is a long way to Tipperary, but as I say, I've been here too many years.
All right.
Enjoying life.
Yeah.
Anyway, have a nice day.
I will.
Look after yourself.
I will.
Take plenty of cough mixture.
Hello.
Bye.
Hello?
Bye-bye.
Hello?
Thank you. Bye.
Hello?
Bye.
Good afternoon.
Look after yourself. Bye.
Good afternoon.
I'm going to paint my fence any minute.
Or smack his bottom.
Oh, that's a good idea. I wouldn't mind doing that myself.
Hello?
I think sometimes he wants his bum smacked.
Dog poo.
Good afternoon.
You're making my glasses steam up.
Or smack his bottom.
I would do that if I was you. I might keep the radio going. Anyway, it's great fun listening to you in the mornings. I listen to you every morning on the radio.
Thank you.
I love the radio, actually. I look forward to putting him on every morning.
Hello.
And he always comes up with a good saying, like the man with the walking stick.
Celebration time, come on. Da, 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 da.
Goodbye, everybody.
Hello?
Have a nice day. Bye.
Hello.
Bye.
Injured testicles.
Kimberly, what would you like to say?
That man says I like dead bodies.
Sorry?
The bloke says before I like dead bodies.
That's an opening gambit, isn't it, to a phone conversation?
Well, I don't like dead bodies. Nobody likes dead bodies. I'm just interested in
Yes.
what happens to you when you die.
Okay, so sorry, this was someone who phoned up. Oh, God, shoot me now. I was doing so well at securing a renewal of my contract, and I think I've just blown it.
I heard it in your trailer.
Yeah, no, it was right. So someone phoned up and said they'd heard you saying that you wanted to become an undertaker because you like dead bodies, and you're disputing that.
That's correct. I did want to be an undertaker.
Do you like dead bodies?
I don't like the dead bodies. Nobody likes a dead body.
Well,
I'm just interested in what happens to you when you die.
What does happen to you when you die?
Well, they put you in a box and send you off, you know.
Pretty much. That's pretty much it, isn't it?
I just, like to see what happens to you after you've kicked the bucket. That's about it.
So, are you an undertaker or not?
No, I did work experience.
As an undertaker?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was 15 at the time.
So when you're at school, right, and the teacher's going, right, everybody, work experience week coming up. Steve, I see you're down to go and work with your dad at the garage. Lucy, you're going to be working with an accountant's company. That's great. And Kimberly, what have you chosen for your work experience?
I did the Undertakers.
You've gone for the Undertakers?
Yeah.
What was your nickname at school, Kimberly? Weirdo?
No.
No?
No, they're never out of work, are they?
They're never out of work. I bet they get a fair few quid as well, don't they?
Yeah.
They do all right, the Undertakers. Well, God bless the Undertakers. Have you seen Doc Martin, Kimberly?
No, I haven't.
I was watching it last night, and I just could not work out what was going on in it.
All right. I've got a couple of pairs of them, but that's
You've got a couple of what?
Pairs of them.
Pairs of them?
Yeah, Doc Martens, but that's about it.
Thanks very much indeed for calling. She had me there. She had me. 03453 009956. It's the Sparks.
Zoo time, is she a new time? The mammals are your favourite time. You're burning water tonight. Heartbeat, increasing heartbeat. You hear the thunder of stampeding rhinos, elephants and tacky tigers. This town ain't big enough for the both of us. Heaven send me, who's gonna lead?
Sorry, I was a little bit loud there. Chris is on the line. Good morning, Chris.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good now that I've heard Sparks. I'm reading a book about Sparks, and Sparks is nuts, and I'm a huge fan. So that's filled me full of joy and life.
Good feeling. Good feeling.
It's a good feeling, isn't it? Now I've got to drive all the way to Bristol after this, and I've just sunk back down into my misery. Anyway, what you got for us, Chris?
Foods that can get you drunk.
Food that yes, this is what I'm saying. Things that get you drunk that aren't booze.
That aren't booze.
No, I know that to get a phone call from someone saying, yeah, cough mixture. Well, we know that. That's not particularly the angle we're going for, Chris, and I'm sure you've picked up on that. So what have you got?
Well, it's a quote from the Mirror.
Yes.
And meet the man who can get drunk from eating chips.
Oh, baby. Go on.
So here we go. Nick Hess suffers from autobrewery syndrome, a condition that means his stomach turns carbs into alcohol.
Oh.
So there's a picture of Nick on the
Is this in the paper? Is this in the paper today?
No, it was from March 7 earlier this year.
How have you got this?
No, I googled it because I was just curious. I was curious, so I thought I'd phone up and share it. So basically, he can eat these fries or whatever, anything containing carbohydrate.
Wowzers.
And he says for a while he didn't know what was happening, so he would get sick for no reason with stomach pains and headaches.
Oh, so not the fun drunk, the unpleasant downside of drunk.
I would say so. Not the cheerful, bubbly, yada yada yada. Let's all have a ball type drunk. But yeah more like ooh.
Here's the thing, right now, and I haven't drunk for a long, long time. Here's the thing, drunk people. Do you know how boring you are? Drunk people are so boring, aren't they? And when you're drunk, of course, you don't realise it. You think you're being hilarious. It's like people on drugs think they're being hilarious. You're not. You're really boring.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than watching like somebody get increasingly drunk when you're actually sober. It's like change the record.
Yeah, there's only there's only so much of it I can take, and I go, okay, guys, I'm gonna go home now. Oh, you're so boring. No, I'm not. I'm stone cold sober, and I'm allowed to drive, so I'm off. See you later, losers. It's but boring.
Very, very boring, but apparently, according to this article, it makes him goofy and vulgar.
Goofy and vulgar. Chris, thank you very much indeed. That's a description of this show, isn't it? Groofy and vulgar? No, hang on. Goofy and vulgar. I think I saw those guys at Disneyland. 03453 009956 is the telephone number. Iain, how am I supposed to know how many M&Ms? I don't know, you tell me, says Roy. Tattoo Chris says, Iain, the best bargain. This album cost me 10 pence. I've got nearly half a show out of it. Unbelievable. We'll all get bored of this music soon, don't worry. If you haven't already, we will do soon. Don't worry, I've got more. So let me go through what I've got here. Hang on a minute. I'll tell you what we'll do. You can phone up and request these musics, what do they call them? Records, that's it. So, this is the world of Tijuana, the Mexicans. I've all of these 10 pence each. Tijuana, the sound of brass. Probably pretty similar to this. Oh, this could be a good one. Jeff Love and his orchestra play your top TV themes. Match of the Day, Jason King, Crossroads, Bless This House. 10 pence. All right, we'll put that in the pile to play. Trumpet a Go-Go. I don't know. Party in Rio, an evening of South American hits. Now, this is the one. I saw this and thought, I think I can stretch to another 10 pence. Introducing Neville Dickey. Now, Neville Dickey is I tell you what we'll do, actually. We'll have Neville Dickey now. Hang on a minute, because this is the one, really. He said, tossing his Tijuana on the floor. Neville Dickey, right? If anyone knows anything about Neville Dickey, then 03453 009956. Introducing Neville Dickey. It's a picture of it's a picture of a guy playing in mono. It's this kind of big, rotund gentleman with glasses, a straw boater, a red waistcoat and a pipe. We go to the back of the record. I first came across Neville Dickey about 3 years ago. A large, shy man with a superb ragtime technique. Neville Dickey is not an emotional man. How can you tell? He sits quite still as his fingers literally fly over the piano keys. The only sign of strain he shows is during a fast item. He smokes a pipe all the time, and when the tension mounts, clouds of smoke emit from the pipe, and sometimes you can't see across the studio. I mean, 10 flipping pence. 10 pence, Mohammed.
You're weird. You're weird, you are.
No, I love it. I love going into record shops, and the best place to go into record shops is you go to the bargain bin. Always, sir.
How far away are you?
Well, I'm back here again now. There we go. Always go to the bargain bin, Mohammed, because I've got the Burt Camford special.
Well, you're not banking on making any money on them records, are
Joseph Seal at the Wurlitzer plays family favourites. Joe Loss plays your all-time party hits. Look at this guy, the world of Reginald Dixon. It's just wonderful.
You could sell them to Kimberly. She likes dead bodies.
Oh, come on now. What you got for us, Mohammed?
That's why I phoned up about Kimberly.
Oh, really? You want to ask her out on a date?
No, I was just thinking after I listened to her, I thought, fancy being married to her, and all of a sudden you open a drawer and you found she's increased your death insurance.
Here's the thing, right? Because, I kind of laughed at her for doing work experience at a mortuary.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
An undertaker. Somebody does have to do it. And do you know, I've spoken in the last few years to about 4 or 5 people that did their work experience at an undertaker's. And she's right, death and taxes, you'll always have work.
True.
I wonder how much those guys get. They must get a fortune, don't they? Do they? And I'm not being, kind of
yeah, but
macabre.
you must have to be a very respectful person to do that job.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't do it. But then again, we can speak freely about this. The dead body doesn't freak me out. The preparing a body for death, for a burial, I don't think it would freak me out. It's the living ones you've got to be worried about, Mohammed.
Well, there was a time when I wanted my ashes. I wanted to be burned, and I wanted my ashes on Birmingham City football ground.
Oh.
Bring them some luck.
Well, you never, Mohammed. You never know. 03453 009956. Thank you for that, boss.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get the travel. Here's Lisanne.
Thanks very much, Ian.
You're welcome.
Continue on. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
We're going to go through this loop, aren't we?
Well,
thank you.
You're just, doing stuff, innit?
On the M5, we've got queuing traffic, 2 lanes closed because of a vehicle fire. It's northbound from junction 5 to 4A where the disruption lies. That's the Droitwich to M42 part of the motorway. Lanes 1 and 2 are still closed as they continue to deal with the wreckage. It was fully blocked at 10 o'clock, but one lane has now reopened. It's very slow going past the scene. Southbound heavy as well from junction 4 to 5 as a result. The M54 westbound is queuing as you head from 3 to 4. That's Albrighton to Shifnal through the roadworks. And the M6 from 10 through to 8. That's the Wolverhampton to M5 motorway stretch where the roadworks are very slow going, I'm afraid, at the moment. Temporary traffic lights in Licky End on Birmingham Road, the A38 causing delays for you as you head towards the Barnsley Hill Drive area. It's just outside the Esso garage where you'll find delays. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 travel on 0338 123 3550.
He's back.
Verity Begg in Chelmsley Wood, good morning.
Hi, you alright?
I'm a cat lover, so no, I'm panicking a little bit. Tell us what's happened.
Because she scared herself, she's now gone to the very top of the roof.
Champion of the West Midlands.
Everybody, let's get that moggy down.
16-foot ladder, so I could be able to get up there quite easily.
Oh, dear, walk in the park for you. We should have a conclusion to this before we go off air. Either you've broken your neck or you got the cat. Tell me what's happened. Simon scaled the roof, did he?
He scaled the roof.
Verity, tell her that you love her.
I do love her.
Oh.
He's back.
Tell Simon you love him.
Simon, I love you.
Danny Kelly. Weekdays from 9.
On BBC WM 95.6. Saturdays with Ian Lee.
On BBC WM 95.6.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
I don't
hear something, we can do this as a phone-in. I mean... I think we did it the other way. I don't know. People that look old now. Elvis Costello looks old now. Google Elvis Costello now. He looks like your granddad. When did that happen? When did that happen, Chris?
I haven't got a clue.
He looked, because he always looked the same, and then he looked old now.
I'll have to Google him and have a look.
Google him?
I just remember him from when he used to have them glasses.
I think he's still got them glasses, but he looks old now. Here's the thing, Chris. How did Google win the war? Because before, you used to use Yahoo. There's also...
Have you tried Googling it and finding out?
Yeah. Here's the thing. There is also another service provided by Microsoft called Bing, right? And I hosted an event for Microsoft once where was doing a quiz, and someone said, I don't know what the answer is. And I said, Google it. I got such a rollicking from the people that were paying me $1. And this is a true fact, right? Microsoft told me this. Do you know what the most searched for thing is on Bing?
Google.
Yeah, exactly. The most binged thing is Google.
I can just imagine that. Well, I can believe that.
How did Google win the war? Because I remember, did they go round to Jeeves's house one day and murder him in his sleep? No one asks Jeeves anymore.
No, he's been ostracised now. He has.
Well, because they got rid of Jeeves, and it just became Ask, and then they realised they were losing, so they brought Jeeves back. But I think it's time. I don't know if Jeeves is still around. Who knows?
Jeeves, I think he's doing a bit of buttling, isn't he?
He's doing some buttling. Here's the thing, right? Who is real and who isn't real? Here's a little quiz for you, right?
Go on in.
Colonel Saunders. How do you say it? Sanders or Saunders? The Colonel from Kentucky Fried Chicken. Real or not real?
He was real.
He was real. Okay. Ronald McDonald.
No, he was just a clown.
Okay. Hamburglar.
No, he was
Still at large.
just a cartoon character.
Still at large. Okay. Mr. Kipling.
No, but he makes good cakes.
He makes exceedingly good cakes. Wendy from Wendy's.
Yeah, real.
Wendy is real. Wendy from Wendy's is real. She's the adopted daughter of the bloke that set up the company, right? And I saw a picture of the other day. I'm guessing she gets free Wendy's.
Well, more than likely, yeah.
Yeah, you would. I'd like a free Wendy's, please. Who are you? I'm Wendy. Oh, sorry, miss. Chris, what have you called in for, please?
It's that Neville Dickey that you played.
Oh, introducing Neville Dickey. 10 pence. Yes, sir.
You know, he's got his own website, an official website.
You are having a laugh, mate. He must be dead by now. I mean, when was this record? This record looks like it's from... it mentions Jimmy Young on the back, so it's got to be from the 1970s. 1969!
He was born in 1937.
So let me do the maths. Gosh, he's over 100 years old.
Yep, he's got his own actually.
Well, we're going to Google. We're going to Bing. Let me just Bing him. Hang on a second.
Are you Binging or Googling?
I'm asking Jeeves. Hang on a second. Neville Dickey. Flipping it. Look, that's him, isn't it?
Yeah, there's two pictures of him. One of them sitting at the piano with a pipe, and the other one where he's front-facing.
Well, one of them he's doing a Christine Keeler type pose. He can't still be alive. He is. Saturday, July the 4th, 2015. Neville Dickey is one of the... He's lost a lot of weight. Well done, Nev. One of the world's finest exponents of stride piano and boogie-woogie.
Boogie-woogie.
Right, Marky Mark, your mission for the rest of the show, you've got an hour and 6 minutes. I want Neville Dickey on this show. I want Neville Dickey on the show before midday. Let's see if we can do this. This will get the contract renewed, Chris. This will do it.
Iain,
Yes, boss.
He's on about food as well that gets you drunk.
Yes, mate.
Yeah. If you're near starvation and you eat too much food, that gives you the same effects as being drunk.
Oh, so if you don't eat for ages and then you go and have like a cheese sandwich or something, you can get drunk on a cheese sandwich?
If you eat too much when you were near starvation, you get the same effects of being drunk. How's that one for you?
Well, do you know what? If you can't afford beer, then, that's one way around it, isn't it?
Well, I suppose so. Yeah, plenty of toast and plenty of butter on top of it. Sorted.
Hang on, Matt, are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you all right,
You
Matt?
going? Yeah.
Matt, you're
clear.
Yeah?
Go on.
Matt?
Yeah.
You all right, fella?
Yes, mate.
Just talking to Chris, and then we hear you choking to death.
Just clearing my throat before I come on.
I was going to come round and do the Heimlich on you.
Go on, then.
Have you ever done the Heimlich on someone?
Nah.
Have you ever done the Heimlich, Chris?
Is that a dance?
No, it's that thing when someone's choking and you get behind them. You're not really supposed to do it now. They've come up with a different thing. But you get behind them and you get your hands together and you kind of pump it up into their just below their rib cage.
No, if I did that to a woman, I'd probably turn around and slap me.
Well, good. I did it to my mum. I saved my mum's life by giving her the Heimlich, and it was the most. She was choking, right? And it was the most exciting thing. I was watching thinking, keep choking, I'm going to have to do the Heimlich. I mean, I didn't want her to, I wasn't being morbid or anything. Part of me was thinking about the inheritance, but I was thinking, keep choking. If you keep another 10 seconds, I'm going to come and do the Heimlich on her. She kept choking. Face was going blue. Got a little bit tense. I'm making light of it. It was an awkward moment. I had to lift her up, get behind her, give her the Heimlich. A bit of chicken went flying right across the room. I saved my mother's life with the Heimlich, and now she's spent my inheritance. Chris, thank you for that. Matt, what have you got for us?
Mick Hucknall.
What? What do you mean? What, is he there?
No. He looks pretty old now, doesn't he?
Oh, mate,
He's turned into a walnut.
He has He has turned into a walnut. You're spot on. We're asking people that look old now. Mick Hucknall looks terrible now, doesn't he?
Really, really bad. I met him right at the beginning of his career.
Did he make love to you?
No, he didn't. But
You're one of the few.
What an ego. What a fat ego he had.
What? Really?
Yeah. I think the way he looks now is justice.
That it's karma, is it? That he
Karma,
was
that's
rude.
the word.
Well, how did it? What did he say to you then that implied he had a giant ego?
He was friends of a friend of mine, and I bumped into them in the nightclub in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And my friend introduced me to him.
Yeah.
And he was just, said hello, all that, yeah. And then he just turned his back to both of us. All he was interested in the women pouring themselves all over him.
I'm just turning away because I'm just trying a different record player. Hang on. But he's he did have a lot of girls all over him. You would be a bit like that, wouldn't you?
I hope not.
Well, okay. Well, but you're right. Mick Hucknall does... there we go, stereo. Mick Hucknall does look old now, Matt. Thank you very much indeed. 03453 009956. Terry's in Albury. Morning, Terry.
Hello, good morning.
Guten Morgen, mein Herr. Hast du Geschwister?
Ja, buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Buongiorno.
Bon Jovi.
Bona Tavadia Dolly Oldie.
Don't you speak to me like that, sir. What have you got for us?
Well, I wanted to ask you a question.
Go on,
then. Over the last month, we've been into 3 different restaurants for a meal.
No, we haven't.
Well, not you and me, you know.
I see.
You've completely thrown me down.
I wish I could.
It was a good meal and there was plenty of it. I haven't quite finished the meal.
No.
You know, half a piece of chicken and pork ribs, and I've asked for a doggy bag.
Good for you, sir.
Now, I was wondering, do you think that's good or bad etiquette? Because my flatmate gave me such a, don't you dare ask for a doggy bag.
Right. Had you paid for the food?
Yes.
Doggy bag. Then you asked for a dog. It's your food, mate. What? It's your food. What? Did he want you to put it in your pockets?
No. They had, they wrapped it up in a proper...
Yeah. No, do you know what, Terry? Well done. And the only time I get a doggy bag is when I've been to a Chinese restaurant. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think it's more acceptable to get a doggy bag in a Chinese restaurant. But you're right. If we've got food on the plate...
Yeah.
We've paid for it.
Yeah.
All they're going to do is... they're either going to chuck it in the bin or give it to their workers as a tea time treat.
Yeah.
Take it home and have it for, like, a late snack or for breakfast.
You know the ironic thing about the first time I had a doggy bag?
Yes.
I put it on the kitchen table, forgot about it, and the cats nicked it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. It was stolen by cats. Stolen by cats. 03453 009956. You're right, Terry. We should bring back the doggy bag, particularly in times of austerity. That's what we need. There's no shame in asking for the doggy bag. You just say, can you wrap this up for me? I'll take this home. Really? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. By the time you get home, you're always peckish again. 03453 009956. I'll give you a little bit of a recap of what we have discussed after we get some of this.
On FM.
Freeview, digital radio,
and online.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Ah, yes. It's the news. Here's Sophie.
150 migrants stormed the Channel Tunnel terminal last night. There were big disruptions to trains overnight, and Eurotunnel has again called on the French authorities to find a solution. Dan Cook works for a company that used the tunnel.
You have the delays that have come from the strikes, but then, of course, coupled with that, you've got the hugely increased migrant presence getting onto vehicles, damaging goods, damaging vehicles, makes the whole thing very, very difficult.
George Osborne has confirmed that he'll end inheritance tax on family homes worth up to £100 to £1 million. The current figure for couples is £650,000. Critics say the measure, which will be part of the budget announced on Wednesday, will benefit some of the wealthiest in society. The Housing Minister Brandon Lewis denies that.
It's a pledge that the Chancellor made some 8 or so years ago now. This is the first chance he's had as a leading Conservative government to deliver on that, to take hard-working families out of inheritance tax. So if they've worked hard, bought that home of their own, they can pass it on to their families in the confidence that only the rich will pay inheritance tax, which is what was always intended.
Fire services in the West Midlands were kept busy last night with the huge thunderstorms we had. There were no big problems or fires, though. Just lots of people concerned their houses had been hit by lightning. A 57-year-old man's died after a crash in Brierley Hill on Tuesday evening. A motorbike and a van collided on Pedmore Road. The van driver was spoken to at the scene, and police say inquiries are ongoing. Councils in England and Wales want new powers to tackle the problem of littering from cars. They say it's getting worse and are asking to be able to fine the vehicle owner regardless of who drops the rubbish. That's what happens in London. Stephen Allen-Brittis is the leader of Merton Council in the capital.
We simply get hold of DVLA, find out who the registered keeper is and send the fine to the registered keeper. It is wholly inconsiderate to be chucking things out of a car.
More than 700,000 people have now heard about a pensioner who travelled 135 miles from London to Wolverhampton to donate to a hospice. 79-year-old Joe Hagland had heard about lead thefts there on the BBC's Crime Watch Roadshow programme. Grace Ruston from Compton Hospice says they put a photo of Joe online and it's gone viral.
The outpouring of love for Joe has been incredible. Over 700,000 people have seen his story now. We've promised to send him all of the messages of support that have come through on Facebook as well, to send them, print and send them in the post.
And British number one Heather Watson says her narrow defeat against Serena Williams in the third round of Wimbledon last night has given her confidence that she can compete against the best players in the world. Watson came within 2 points of knocking the world number one out of the competition. Today, Brits Andy Murray and James Ward are both in action. In the weather, sunny and dry today, feeling nice and warm too. Maximum temperatures of 24 Celsius, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Dry tonight, lows of 11 Celsius, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Some rain tomorrow and a bit cooler, highs of 22 Celsius, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. That's your news for the West Midlands. It's 2 minutes past 11.
Saturdays with Iain Lee
on BBC WM 95.6.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
Morning, guys. Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. Another 53 minutes of this nonsense. We'll be playing iPod Roulette. Later on, we have a winner from last week. We have a member of the popular group Fuzzbox coming on as the judge. We need one more player. Could be you, player. All you need is an MP3 player or a computer or something where you can shuffle the songs. 03453 009956. What else have we spoken about today? Well, the best bargain. I bought 15 albums, LP albums, for 10 pence a pop, including this one. 10 pence a pop, 15. What does that work out? It's about £1. It's about £1.20 I spent. It's an incredible bargain. The best bargain you've ever got, the smallest amount of money you've ever spent. Can anybody actually explain to me what Doc Martin is about? I don't get Doc Martin. I watched it and it's just, well, it's just rubbish, isn't it? He's the same character from Men Behaving Badly, isn't he? 03453 009956. Does anybody ask Jeeves? There was other stuff that we've spoken about, and I really... Oh, here we go. How many... is anybody actually watching the Wimbledon? Wimbledon, more like. Thank you. I've got it in here. I mean, really, the excitement was a British woman nearly won a game. Okay. And a fella with dreadlocks. Okay, well, that's it. That's been the excitement so far. It really is a tedious 2 weeks of televisual entertainment, isn't it? And I wondered how long it would be. It took a week this year. It took a week for one of the newspapers to celebrate the unsung heroes of Wimbledon, the ball boys and girls. Oi! They get celebrated every flipping year. Let's have a look at the forgotten, the ignored, the unheralded ball boys and ball girls, the real heroes of Wimbledon. Well, first of all, there are no heroes at Wimbledon. It's just a tennis tournament, so there's nothing heroic about it at all. And brutal truth of life as a ball girl and why it doesn't stop every teen wanting to be one. Daily Mail. Every teen wants to be a ball boy or girl. Are you kidding me? I can't think of anything more tedious. The drama was of the variety Wimbledon organisers dread. A nail-biting first-round match on a popular outside court 17 brought to a sudden halt. An injured player. A disputed line call. No, the collapse of a ball boy in the blistering heat. You know those guys get paid? It's something like £100 for every ball they run along and pick up. That's why both of them go for it, even if it's on the other side of the net. The Lawn Tennis Association later posted a tweet that the boy was receiving treatment and doing well, but drawing such public attention to the silent teenager sentinels who make each high-octane match possible. No, they don't make each match possible. I've played tennis, right, with no ball boys or ball girls, and when the balls hit the net or went the wrong way, we didn't just look at each other and go, "Oh well, that's that done. Shall we go home?" One of us went and got the ball. In these times of austerity, do we really need ball boys and indeed ball girls? It's ruthless, says Suzanne Gunman, whose daughter, Julia, 17, was a Wimbledon ball girl in 2013, but did not make the final cut this year. Though Julia loved every minute of it, and I'm immensely proud of her, if some parents knew what it entailed, they might not put their child forward. It is. Well, it is slave labour. It's child labour. Yes, they get paid very, very healthy amounts of cash, but really... it's just... we might as well send them up a chimney again. 03453 009956.
Babe, you're getting closer. The lights are going dim. The sound of your breathing has made the mood I'm in. All of my resistance is lying on the floor. You're taking me to places I can feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Way down where the music plays. Way down like a tidal wave. Way down where the fireplace. Way down. Way on down. Ooh, my head is spinning. Spell 100 magic fingers on a swirling carousel. My medicine within me, the doctor could prescribe. Your love is doing something that I just can't describe. Ooh, when I can feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Way down where the music plays, way down like a tidal wave, way down where the fire blazes, way down. Hold me again as tight as you can. I need you so, baby, let's go. Way down where it feels so good. Way down where I hope it would. Way down where I never could. Way down. Way on down, way on
Simon!
Good morning.
Good morning, Simon.
How are you?
I just, when you're full of energy, right?
No.
Just think back in the maybe 3 decades or so ago when the last time you were full of energy. I was full of energy and then I've just peaked. And now I'm coming down the other side and I'm feeling tired and headachy. And do you know what? In this beautiful, beautiful weather, this beautiful country of ours, I've got to drive to Bristol today, to Brizzle, to go and do Brizzle, to go and do some work with my mate in Brizzle. And do you know
All
what?
the problems on the M5.
Oh, you're sorry. What?
All the problems on the M5. Oh, it's going to take you hours.
What problems on the M5?
Well, all the road works and the 50 mile an hour speed limits and all that.
Oh,
You're better off going on the train, mate.
Oh, I might just go home and forget about it. I mean, really.
Yeah.
What you got for us, Simon?
There's nothing down Bristol anyway, is there?
Well, my mate Simon. Well, and my mate Simon's there, who I have to go and see. We're doing. We're planning a show together, and I've got to go down there and rehearse it with him. Imagine me rehearsing. Well, you say exciting. It'll be tedious. Anyway, what you got, Si?
Robert Plant.
Yep.
Yep, you're talking about people who look old.
Oh, people who look old now. Robert Plant, doesn't he? Fair play, because he is old, okay? But it took a long time, because he looked old.
Yeah, it's still brilliant. You know what I mean? It's superb.
I'll give you Jimmy Page as well. Jimmy Page looks old now.
Yeah,
I mean, fair play. The amount of chemicals that man put in his body.
It's just with Robert. It's just like the wrinkles in it. You know, what have you done to yourself, man? You should have moisturised more.
Both Robert Plant and Mick Hucknall, and I think I can say this without getting in trouble, they look like a pair of testicles, don't they? I mean, the wrinkles. It's just they've just passed it, haven't they?
Wrinkled prunes, I think.
That's better.
What you're looking for.
Simon, that's much better. Thank you very much indeed. Wrinkled prunes. Scott.
Hello.
Hello, Scott. What you got for us, Scott?
Hello. Ian, I've been hearing all morning about the budget. What do you think?
Sorry?
Wednesday.
What?
About the budget Wednesday. I didn't know it was so soon.
Is it Wednesday?
Wednesday, yeah.
I'm dazzled. I've been dazzled by the front page of the Daily Mail that's promising me a free Panama hat worth $19.99. So that's distracted me from the budget.
Oh, all right.
What do you? We can do this. Yeah, we've got 2 minutes. What are you? Are you excited about the budget?
No, I'm not. Things keep being raised, and you guess what's going to go up, and what everything's going to go up. So.
Hey, well, hang on. They're scrapping mansion tax. No,
really?
Inheritance tax.
Really? Well, then that's all right. I can keep my few houses on.
Well, you can keep your few houses on then. That'll do, won't it?
Yeah, that's no problem. It's totally government.
Do they still? I don't know who is the gentleman in charge of the budget these days. His name escapes me.
Well, it's Osborne.
Osborne. That's the fella.
Tuesday when it was warm, I had to give someone the stairs so I can get icy back.
I don't understand.
Tuesday when it was really, really warm, I had to keep giving people the stair so I can get icy stairs back again.
I see, Scott. Thank you very much indeed. I get that. Yes, okay. For some reason, I interpreted the word stair to mean stairs. Hey, you know when escalators break, right? Why do people get so confused and they put up barriers saying you can't use the... What's a broken escalator? Stairs, isn't it? It's just stairs. That's all it is. Oh, you can't use the escalator. It's broken. But it's It's just stairs, isn't it? That's all it is. 03453 009956. That's right. Vix from Fuzzbox will be on in about, I don't know, 15 minutes or thereabouts.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get the travel news. Here's Lisanne.
If you're heading out onto the motorways, you'll find problems across at least 3 of them, I'm afraid. The M5 will start with queuing because of a 2-lane closure on the northbound carriageway from junction 5 to 4A, Droitwich to the M42. The lane closures are the result of a vehicle fire, which is blocking lanes 1 and 2, with traffic very slow past the scene. It's very heavy southbound past the scene from 4 through to 5. That's the Stourbridge to Droitwich part of the motorway. As a result of the southbound queues, it's having a delay onto the M42 southbound approaching the link for the M5. So it's queuing back towards junction 1 of the M42. Moving to the M6, heavy for the southbound carriageway, junction 10 to 8. That's Wolverhampton to the M5 roadworks here causing problems. Further south in the Warwickshire stretch of the M6, a lane is blocked on the northbound carriageway because of a broken down lorry between junction 1 at Rugby and junction 2 at Coventry. Off the motorways now, and the A38 Birmingham Road, the Licky End stretch is very slow through the roadworks. There's temporary traffic lights in place which are causing the delays up towards New Road and the A38 northbound up through the roadworks near the Esso garage. So watch out for a bit of a disruption for your journeys along there. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 travel on 0330 123 3550.
A week on since the massacre of holidaymakers in Tunisia, services are being held across the West Midlands.
You're forever in my heart until we meet again. I love you so much, Joel. Love Hannah, the sister you never had. And that's just one of the many, many touching tributes outside the Banksy Stadium.
Adrian Goldberg, the radio presenter who listens to you.
What sense can you make of it all?
You know, you can't put it into words. It's such a tragic thing, and it really sort of makes you realise how precious life is.
Adrian Goldberg, weekdays from 7
on BBC WM 95.6.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
Morning, Ranj.
Morning, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm alive, Ranj. I'm alive.
You've done a good show today.
That was
and yesterday.
You say that as though that's a surprise. Last week, with the 2 best shows I've ever done here at WM. Yesterday was even better than those. If that don't secure another year, then nothing will.
Anyway, you know how you've been talking about alternative foods that make you drunk?
Yes, I have, Ranjit.
Yes,
there was a gentleman who can get drunk on your manky chips.
Yes. Anyway, you know, like Viagra was supposed to be a medicine for something else, wasn't it? And then it turned out to be... it was supposed to be for heart attacks or something.
It was something like that. And ecstasy... Here's the thing. Ecstasy was being manufactured as a cure for the common cold. And imagine being involved in those lab tests. The guy was working on something to cure the cold, and then he starts taking that and going, flipping it, I've still got the cold, but I'm loving it.
So you could
I love you, man.
You could do a little show on alternative medicines. I think a strong laxative cures a cough.
Okay, well... okay. Well,
you know why? Because you didn't cough.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ranjit. Okay, we get the point. And I think this sombre music is the perfect tone to pay our respects to that joke that died so terribly on BBC WM 95.6 today. Doreen's on the line. Morning, Doreen.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Doreen. No, never mind, Ranj. Try again next year. What have you got for us?
People that look old.
Yeah.
How about Graham Norton?
No.
No?
No.
I thought it looks as though he's put his head up a shaggy dog's behind.
Well, you never know. You never know with these celebrities, do you? But no, I don't think he looks old. He looks old.
That fungus on his face.
I think the beard suits him.
I don't.
Oh, I do.
He looks terrible.
No, I think he looks good.
It just looks as though somebody's thrown it on by mistake. It's not even shaped or in. I don't mind a man with a beard, but I think it looks awful.
I was staring at Graham Norton's face just the other day before he woke up, and I thought that's good, though, wasn't it? I made myself laugh as well, and I thought it looked brilliant. I thought, he's one of the people that really suits a beard. There are some people that suit a beard. Have you ever seen Noel Edmonds without a beard?
I don't watch him very much.
Well, he looks like a pervert. Without a beard, he Looks like a pervert. He looks weird.
Well, I think Graham Norton looks terrible.
Hang on.
It's a horrible colour for a star.
Hang on 1 second. Ranjit?
Yeah?
Are you still there?
I am. I'm
Why?
just bored.
Why are you there?
I'm hanging about.
No, you're not.
I am hanging
No,
about.
you're not. Doreen?
Yes.
I got rid of it. I got rid of that plum. Graham Norton looks older, but he doesn't look old now.
I think he looks 100.
No, no.
There we are.
Look, thanks for
That's
calling.
a woman's point of view.
Ta-ta, thank you very much. No. He looks older. He doesn't look old now. You have a look. There are certain people that look old now. You think, you know they're in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, but suddenly they just cross a line and they look like they are a pensioner. Doreen, are you still there? No, she's not good. Okay, well, that's fine. 03453 009956 is the phone number. We'll be playing iPod Roulette very, very soon. We've got Vix from Fuzzbox coming on, which will be fun. We have our players. Who was it who won last week? Was it Matt? So let's say it was Matt. Kyle is the challenger. What could possibly go wrong? Still taking your calls, though. 03453 009956. Here's a song about falling in love with a computer that turns sentient after champagne's poured in it. It's true, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. OK, guys, 03453 009956. iPod Roulette's coming up soon. We've got players for it. We've got players for it, but you can still give us a call about other bits and pieces. No one has been able... Doc Martin is one of the biggest shows in British television history, right? And it's complete and utter rubbish. Rubbish. I'm finding myself getting drawn into it. I'm watching it thinking, I don't understand. It's kind of like a medical heartbeat. The TV programme Heartbeat. Heartbeat? Yeah, Heartbeat with Nick Berry. Nick Berry, where's he these days, huh? He walked out of Heartbeat, didn't he? Because he wanted to do other things. And those other things were? Guys? Anyone? Anyone? Not a clue. Cliff is in Tipton. Good morning, Cliff.
Hello there, Ian.
Hello. Is it Cliff or Cliffy?
Cliffy.
Cliffy, that's nice, isn't it? Bit of fun.
Yeah, not too bad.
It's a bit of fun, isn't it? You're right, Cliffy.
I'm okay, thanks, Ian.
What have you got for us today?
I found up to say how old I thought Noddy Holder looked now.
Noddy Holder looks old now, doesn't he?
He does.
But he's always had an old face, hasn't he?
Yes, but he seems to have changed gender now as well. I saw a picture of him not long ago, and he looked like someone's grandmother.
Hang on a second. I have to. You know, I have to bing him now. Noddy Holder. Let's have a little. Oh. He does look like a cross between someone's grandmother and the old wise monkey. It didn't he just, though? Isn't that funny? I mean, how old is it? Well, he's 69. One of the best voices in rock and roll, though.
Yeah, he's absolutely brilliant.
I've always said this about Slade, right? Because if you listen to their albums, their songs are brilliant, right? They're like 3-minute versions of Led Zeppelin songs. If they hadn't have done that silly Christmas song, and if they hadn't have worn the really silly clothes, I think that Slade would be perceived as one of the greatest British rock bands of all time.
I think they still are, but Noddy not complaining about the Christmas song. Well, that's his pension plan,
yeah,
I think.
That's his pension. Cliffy, thank you for that. Seriously, I thank you, Cliffy. He looks like an old woman. If Slade had not done the Christmas song, and if Dave Hill wasn't such a plum, they would be seen as one of the biggest British rock and roll bands of all time. So now they're seen as a bit of a joke, which is a shame. Have you seen their film? They made a movie, Slade in Flame. Flippin' heck. That is bleak. It's like, A Hard Day's Night. Oh, this is good. Hang on a second. This is good. Let me make sure I get this right. Yeah, this is good. Slade in Flame is like A Hard Day's Night crossed with Kes. There we go. There we go. That sums it up perfectly. It's such a bleak, morose film. It is dark, man. 03453 00 9956 is the telephone number. I'm being handed a sheet of paper and it says you are fired. When I was a kid, says Chris, on the Texas, me and my mates used to wait till people got on the escalator and then hit the emergency stop button to see how many people stumbled or fell over. No. Here at the BBC, we can only say, I don't believe these results. Please go out and try it for yourself today and see exactly what happens. No, I mean the opposite of that, anyway. Oh, I tell you what we'll do. We're going to have... we'll play Fuzzbox now, and then when we come back, it's going to be this week's edition of iPod Roulette with Vix from Fuzzbox with Matt, who was last week's winner, and with Kyle, who is this week's challenger. How good is this record, guys? How good? Very good is the answer.
Facts, it's fact. Bad complex and
Hello. Good afternoon. I'll smack his bottom. Woof, woof.
Come on, guys, come on. You talk about a pretty near perfect pop record. That's got to be up there, hasn't it? Hasn't it? That was Fuzzbox, and I'm more than excited to say we've got Vix, formerly of Fuzzbox, on the line. Morning, Vix.
Good morning!
Flipping heck, love, calm down, blimey.
Well,
Where's the energy come from?
I'm quite irritating in the morning. I have to be overly happy, especially if you're going to play Pink Sunshine.
A lot of people say
sunny day.
I'm quite irritating in the morning as well, but never mind. There you go.
Well, yeah, I didn't like to say.
Vix, how you doing? You all right?
I'm great, thank you. Yes, very good.
How did that song and how did Fuzzbox and that song come about? Because that is one of those classic kind of summer songs, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, well, that's two questions there. How did Fuzzbox come about, or how did the song come
Let's
about?
go with Fuzzbox first. Go on.
Okay, well, it's kind of a fairy tale story in a way, because four of us girls who were just out friends were at a club, and a friend of ours was doing a gig. And we were always going out to see other people's bands and really in on the music scene. And he hadn't got a support band. And he said, if you know anybody, let us know. And we were like, well, we'll do it. Yeah, we're it. And he said, I didn't even know you were a band. I go, yeah, of course we were. And so that was that. We weren't a band. It was
to have the confidence of youth.
I'm not sure it's confidence, stupidity, or but yes, we had to quickly form and decide who was going to play what and sing what and do what. And before we knew it, we were like signed up our second gig, and then we were touring the world and having hit records and doing Top of the Pops, and yeah, it's pretty magnificent.
That
really.
is nuts,
and
isn't
writing hits like Pink Sunshine.
And that is nuts, because all of these people say, well, you've got, it was a guitarist and a singer, and they were looking for a bass player. Then they got, and you just did it, and then you got signed on your second gig.
Yeah, but you see, it was a local label called Vindaloo Records, and those days there were a lot more kind of little pockets of music industry, I suppose, where the local radio would be really supporting local papers, and there'd be local record labels as well that could help support you and push you up there. So there's not so much of that now. Thankfully, we've still got Radio WM, who actually, really are a local station.
Oh, the BBC introducing thing is kind of great. It could be greater. It's still hidden away a little bit, but it does break quite a few local acts across the country.
I think also now it's really saturated because everybody knows about it and everybody wants to get on. So they really could do with kind of doubling, trebling the amount of space that they get.
Oh yeah, an hour, 2 hours a week is.
I have noticed they are starting to play those BBC introducing tracks on other people's shows, though. At WM, so that's a good start.
And there's a load of acts as well that have kind of crossed over from the introducing and are on Six Music or on Radio 1 or Radio 2. So it's kind of working.
Totally, just need more of it.
I've got a tweet from my friend Jude Rawlins who says.
Hello, Jude.
Yeah, Jude says hello, and he says that you and your band are the wonderful band and the nicest people in the world ever. So.
Oh, is that my new band? Because my new band is also an all-girl band, Vix and Her Mischiefs. We supported Jude's band, which is the Lena Lovitch band, recently, which was great fun. I mean, the band I've got now is like Americana sort of stuff, but we do sneak in a couple of Fuzzbox tracks, and we especially did a version of Rules and Regulations. I don't know if you remember that, but it's quite sort of punky thing that we've made into our own sort of style, and it was really great fun. Oh, that's nice. Thanks, Jude.
There we go. Now listen, Vix, I'm gonna at the end of this, you will get the chance to plug everything you need to plug: websites, books, tours, gigs, anything like that. But you are here to work, I'm afraid, young lady. Yes. Yeah, exactly. We're going to play iPod roulette. I'm guessing from the experience of everybody we've had on for the past 5 weeks, no one's explained the rules to you.
Oh, no. Do
Brilliant.
I need to know?
No, you don't. You don't really need to know. It's a piece of cake. We're going to go through it in a second. Let's bring on last week's winner, who's Matt. Morning, Matt.
Morning, Iain.
Morning, Matt.
Morning.
Morning, Vix.
Now, you won last week's iPod roulette.
Yes.
Controversial, because how many songs have you got on your iPod?
598, I think.
Oh, no, it was the other fella.
The other fella had 25 songs.
The other fella had 25, and I believe we now introduced Henry's Law, which means you now have to have over 100 songs on your iPod. Has your life changed in the last week, Matt?
No one's come up to me and said they saw me on the radio.
Good. Well, that's good. You see what I'm dealing with, Vix? This is Kyle is the challenger. Kyle, you're in Spain, is that right?
I am at the minute, Ian, yeah.
Well, have you got nothing better to do? You're either on holiday or on the run. Which is it?
I'm on holiday, but I'm a long-time listener, so I can't miss the show.
Okay, all right. Well, that's sad, but I appreciate your sadness. Thank you. It's sadness like that feeds my children. Now, Carl, can I ask, what MP3 player will you be using today?
I should be using my iTouch.
Your iTouch? Oh, fancy! How many songs have you got on your iTouch?
Oh, God, about 10,000, maybe?
10,000. It could work for you, it could work against you. These are the rules for Matt, Kyle, and indeed Vix the judge. There are 3 rounds. Kyle, as the challenger, will go first. You set your MP3 player to shuffle. You tell us the song and the artist that comes up. You go head-to-head. Vix will decide which is the best song. Best of 3 rounds. You get 1 pass. If something comes up you think is a stinker, you get 1 pass each. Do we all understand?
Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Aye, Captain.
Aye. Oh, I like you, Vix. You're good. Right. Respect at last, you see. Right. Kyle, we'll start with you. Set your MP3 player to shuffle. Let's see what comes up first, please.
Right. Do you want me to play it or just tell you what it is?
Just tell us what it is. Just tell us what it is.
It's Tell Me Why by the Beatles from A Hard Day's Night.
Oh, he's gone straight in with the Beatles. He's gone straight in with the Beatles. Always high earners. OK, Matt, you want to keep that one, Kyle?
Yeah, I love that.
Matt, you're up against the Beatles. What have you got?
Don't like the Beatles.
Oh, that's controversial. Right. He don't like the Beatles, Vix.
Shame on you, man.
Shame on you, Matt. You've been shamed.
I've no shame. Right, especially seeing what I'm looking at on my screen now.
Go on,
Come on, own up.
Right, Nice and Sleazy, The Stranglers.
Oh, dearie me. That is, as hands go, guys, I've got to say, you have both played blinders there. Vix, it's Nice and Sleazy by The Stranglers versus Tell Me Why by the Beatles.
Oh, gosh, that's tough.
It's a toughie, isn't it?
I love the Beatles.
Yep.
However, I'm going to go for Nice and Sleazy.
I had a feeling you might.
Well, the Stranglers were just amazing, weren't they? And first of all, got the chance to work with Hugh Cornwell.
Oh.
And I got on absolutely brilliantly with him. He was fantastic.
Apparently one of the nicest men in the world.
Yeah, honestly, he was brilliant. He was really sort of fatherly with us, actually, which was very sweet.
And of course, JJ Burnell, the bass player, he knows karate, so you don't want to mess. You don't want to mess with him.
No, well, he's not actually in the Stranglers anymore, is he? He's his own thing. But yeah, that album and all of those tracks were just... we all know the Beatles are brilliant, but I think we need to shout about the Stranglers.
Matt, it's 1-0 to Matt. No, don't apologise, Vix. This is why we've got you in. You're an expert on music.
Total expert.
Total expert. Oh, can we get you back every week? I think I'm falling in love with you. Right, Matt, it's round 2, Matt. Spin the wheel. What have you got for us?
All right. Head On, the Jesus and Mary chain.
Flippin' heck, mate. You're really plucking these ones out. Head On, the Jesus and Mary chain. Do you want to stick with that one?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of fuzz on that, isn't there?
Okay, all right then. Kyle, you're up against the Jesus and Mary chain. What have you got?
Oh, well, I don't think it's going to do it, but I've got Beat It by Michael Jackson.
Beat It by Michael Jackson. Now, classic. Decision time, Kyle. Because there are some people... You've got to think about what Vix is going to choose. There are some people...
nothing.
Say nothing. There are some people that go, Michael Jackson, Beat It, classic, yes. There are some that will go, oh, no, he's rubbish. Kyle, you've got to decide, what do you think Vix is going to say, and are you going to spin again?
I'll spin again.
You're spinning again, OK. So we're passing on Michael Jackson, Beat It. Pressure's on now, Kyle.
I've got George Harrison and Eric Clapton from Live in Japan.
Oh, flipping heck. I mean, as albums go, what song is it, please?
While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
It's okay. It's a stinky album. It's a great song. Let's just the Vix. If it had been Michael Jackson Beat It versus Head On by the Jesus and Mary chain, who would have won?
Beat It would have done it.
Oi, okay. Okay.
It would. Now, I mean, supported the D's and Mary Chain and stuff, and yeah, all credit due, but come on, Beat It.
Yeah.
Classic.
It's a classic, isn't it? Okay, but it's not that. It's now George Harrison and Eric Clapton from the lousy 1991 Live in Japan album, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, versus...
However, that particular track...
Yeah.
Come on, it's one of the most beautiful tracks.
Good song.
So I would say it rose above the quagmire of the rest of the album.
Yeah, you going for that
And
one?
I'm going for that one. I'm going for that one.
Oh, it's 1-1. Oh, Olé, indeed. It's one... All right. To calm down, flipping heck. We've only got another few minutes. We can't peak too soon. Right. Okay, so it's 1-1, ladies and gentlemen. It's 1-1. Kyle, this is the last round. You've used your pass. Matt, you've still got a pass to go. Kyle, spin the wheel.
Okay.
Okay.
It's on shuffle, and I've got Ain't Talking About Love from Van Halen.
Ain't Talking About Love by the V and indeed the H. Okay, you've got no passes. You have to stick with that. Matt, you've still got a pass. If you wish, spin the wheel. What have you got?
Where Is My Mind, the Pixies.
Oh.
Okay. I noticed that Vix, you're excellent. You've got complete poker face on the radio, and I like that. Matt, are you going to pass or are you going to play?
I'm going to play because I love that song.
Where Is My Mind by the Pixies versus Van Halen. Vix, this is it. This is the decider. A lot of pressure. Who are you going to go for?
Horrible choice. Both awful. I was begging that Matt would blooming spin.
I do think the Pixies are a little overrated, but yes, go on. You've got to pick one. You've got to pick one.
I'm very sorry. In that case, I'm going to have to go for Big Hair and Pouting and air guitar and so on. Only because it'd be more of a laugh for people to play along to on the radio.
Are you choosing the cockerel rockroll of Van Halen over the Pixies?
Sorry, but
ladies and gentlemen, Vix, you played a blinder. Matt?
As a massive Pixies fan, I'm gutted. But can I just say, Vix, I saw you a couple of times back in the day.
Stalker.
No, I think...
And what, are you asking for a refund? What do you want, Matt?
I think it might have been the Hare and Hounds.
Yes.
The Fighting Cocks.
Yeah, that's going back a bit.
Yeah.
Matt's
right.
we have very old listeners. Matt, we're going to say goodbye.
Thanks,
I'm sorry.
Matt.
Kyle, you are the winner. As your prize, you get to, and I never do requests. I'm not Ken Bruce, but you get to choose a song. Just keep thinking about what that song will be. Please don't make it sweary and make it something that we'll have here on the system. Vix, what is coming up for you? What have you got in the near future? Where, if people want to find out more, where do they go?
Oh, go to vix.uk.com. That's VIX.uk.com. And we keep that really up to date, so obviously that'll lead you to Facebook and Twitter and everything else. We've got lots of cool festivals and gigs coming up, mainly locally, but some further afield. We've got our single out at the moment, which is Fame Is Your Drive, and there's a wicked music video, which is lots of local people starring in it as well, kind of taking the mickey out of X Factor and Britain's Got Talent. And we've got a Pledge Music campaign, so if there's anyone out there, you don't have to be that rich. If you are, it would help, but even if you've got a fiver to spare for us to go and record a new EP and to promote it and stuff. So it's all on the website.
Those Pledge Music things are brilliant, aren't they?
Well, it's fantastic because it's been really fun putting it together as well, because you can come up with lots of ideas of things, like they can come and have a vocal lesson with me, or they get artwork or signed set lists or a house party. It's a really great way of interacting with, fans and other people, sort of, and also helping us at the same time.
Give us the website again, Vix.
So go to vix.uk.com.
You are a legend. You've been so much fun. Thank you. You've been such a good sport.
Thank you very much. Lovely to speak to you all. Sorry, Matt, but well done, Kyle.
Matt's a loser. Who cares about him? He's yesterday's news. Vix, you're more. Anytime you've got anything to plug, you're more than welcome to come on. You're such fun. Thanks very much.
You've said it now. Take care.
Ta-ta. Bye-bye. Wasn't she nice, Kyle?
She was lovely.
Yeah, you're just saying that because you won. Kyle, stay there. We're going to find out what song you want played after this.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Oh, she was nice. Let's get the travel news now. Here we go, Lisanne.
Thank you very much. Traffic's heavier than normal on the M5 southbound, still 4 through to 5. That's Bromsgrove to Droitwich. It's because of the problems on the northbound M5, and that's because of a vehicle fire. So if you're heading northbound, very lengthy queues. 2 lanes are closed because of the vehicle fire from junction 5 at Droitwich to 4A, the M42. It's a good 30-minute delay to your journey as lanes 1 and 2 are still closed to traffic. The M6 still heavy through the roadworks from 10A at the M54 to 8 at the M5, and the A38 is still struggling. The Birmingham Road at Licky End, where there's temporary traffic lights in place at near towards Barnsley Hall Drive, with congestion northbound to New Road. Again, the traffic lights and near the Esso garage still causing a lot of problems. Wolverhampton Road, as you head along the A4124, the traffic lights have stopped working at the junction for Tudor Road and Deans Road, to take extra care through there. If you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 Travel on 0330 123 3550.
BBC WM is getting out of the studio.
Why do you love Wolverhampton? There's a really good, diverse mix of people here.
10 weeks, 10 places, your stories.
It's amazing. I think that you get a sense of local love.
Birmingham, Sutton Coldfield, Redditch, Wolverhampton, Stourbridge, Dudley, Solihull and Walsall. We want to hear about the stories that matter to you.
If council do free parking, people will start coming back to town.
Your WM continues next week, live in Tamworth.
Gosh, somebody who had more energy than me. Thank you, Vix. That was excellent stuff indeed. The winner of this week's our iPod roulette is Kyle. Kyle, your prize is you get to choose a song. What song would you like, please? And may I beg you, sir, don't make it sweary.
Okay, right. Please may I have...
Yes?
For my mate, Laura Beth. Please may I have something by the Smiths.
Are you doing this just to chat girls up?
No.
No. What would you like by the Smiths? Because Marky Mark is going to rush to the computer and find it.
Oh, stop me. Have you heard this one before?
No, tell me. Did you like that one?
That's a good one.
Thank you very much. Marky Marks, to find that song, please. We're going to drag it in. Excellent stuff, Carl. We'll speak to you next week.
All right, well, yeah, brilliant.
Well, no, hang on. Well, hang on. What, you were hesitating there. What, you're around next week, aren't you?
Well, I didn't know whether that was one and done. I mean, I'm happy to come back next week if you have me.
No, the point of it is that you're now the champion.
Oh, okay.
So flipping it. So yeah, you have to come back next week.
All right, then I'll come back next week.
Well, no, you've not really got a choice.
Oh, right, I'll be there. What? Actually, do you want me to actually rock up in Birmingham?
No, I don't. I don't want you to. No, I do not want you to turn up here. All I want is for you to answer the telephone. Look, you're making Caroline Martin in the next studio. I think she's actually throwing up out of disgust. Either that or she's laughing. I've landed myself a right plum. All you have to do is answer the telephone next week.
Okay,
what's so difficult about that, Kyle?
It's not difficult. I can do it. It's not hard. I can do it.
Thank you, Carl. See you later. Ta-ta.
Cheers.
Hey, we got special guests coming up soon. Oh, we've got someone very special coming up.
Changed. I still love you, oh, I still love you, only slightly.
If you think that you've heard this one before, nothing's changed. I still love you, oh, I still love you. Only slightly less than I used to, my love.
Okay, so yesterday I went to a record shop. The best place in any record shop, dear listener, the bargain bins. The bargain bins. I bought 15 albums, 10 pence each. What's that, about £1.20? I don't know, you do the maths, not up to me. I'm not a maths teacher, for crying out loud. Anyway, I bought them because I like the covers. I got, what did we get? We got big musical movie themes played by Jeff Love and his orchestra. Billy Joe Spears. You can't go wrong with Billy Joe Spears for 10 pence. The Tijuana Sounds of the Living Brass. And, boy, these records smell of history. Some smell a little bit of dope as well. The World of Reginald Dixon. Joseph Seal at the Wurlitzer. But the last one I saw as I was leaving the shop and it caught my eye and I thought, oh, I think I'm going to have myself that. It's 10 pence. It'll be a bargain. Picture of a young gentleman, happy-looking gentleman wearing a straw boater, a red waistcoat, glasses, a pipe. He's sat at the old Joanna. He's banging them out. Introducing Neville Dickey. It sounds a bit like this. This is the actual record. 10 pence. Oh, blimey. Fantastic. Fantastic. Who is Neville Dickey? Who is this mysterious man of wonder? Well, we can ask him. He's on the line. Good morning, Neville.
Good morning.
Neville, how lovely to speak to you. This is fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm glad you bought that record because I get a penny from that, you know. Honestly, it's one of those things. I love buying vinyl. I'm really into buying vinyl. And I've got two young boys that will love this record. And I've been reading up about you. You've had loads of albums, haven't you? A lot, yeah. I mean, things have moved on since 1969 from the Robin's Return, or introducing Neville Dickey. Yeah, I've done probably about 30 CDs altogether. And, I go to America every year.
Fantastic. How did it come about? Because how did you kind of get into music, Neville, and how did you start your recording career?
Funny enough, I started lessons when I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
And I went for a BBC, to cut a long story short, I went to the BBC for an audition, and when I was about 25, I passed the audition, and the tune you're hearing now, funny enough, The Robin's Return, actually got into the hit parade in 1969.
Wowzers. Now, 1969, let's just bear in mind, you were probably up against, things like The Doors, Jimi Hendrix, proper hard rock acts.
Yeah.
And this got in the charts as well.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
I got to about number 15.
Hey, that's not bad, is it?
But it's all thanks to my mother, because she said, when I was playing on the BBC for the Jimmy Young show,
yeah,
she said, why don't you play that tune you used to learn when you were a kid, The Robin's Return? I said, no, that's no good. Anyway, I put it on and it became a hit. Thanks to my mother.
And did you, it does sound very odd compared to the other acts that were around at the time. Did you kind of do Top of the Pops? Did you go and meet any of these pop stars?
I went on the Young Generation show. But in those days, of course, the piano was very popular. You had Russ Conway, Mrs. Mills, Winifred Atwell. You know, it was a time when the piano was very popular. So I was very lucky I came along at the right time.
Did you ever meet Mrs. Mills?
I never met her, no.
No, because she's another legend. I'm looking at you've got a page on Wikipedia. I mean, you've had 15, 20 albums I can see?
Yeah, mostly stride piano and boogie-woogie, you know.
The thing about the piano, I've got a young boy who's 5 who's having piano lessons, and I pray to God he sticks to it. The piano is, if there's a piano anywhere and someone who can play it, you've got yourself a party, haven't you?
Well, yeah, more or less, yeah. You're always the most popular person there.
Neville, what are you doing at the moment? I know you've got a website, but what are you doing? Are you still working, sir?
Yes, I've just come back from America. I had
to the east coast of America every year.
Wow.
Boston, New Jersey, Philadelphia. And we run a jazz club in Sutton over here, you know, me and my wife.
Yeah.
And yeah, things are still happening, so as long as I can play, I'll be playing, you know.
And you're still enjoying it? You're still loving it, of course?
Oh, yeah.
And are you surprised? I mean, literally, I found the bargain being it was 10 pence, 10 pence very, very well spent.
Don't keep rubbing it in.
Sorry. But are you surprised? I mean, are you surprised that these things keep popping up? You know, it must have been a shock to get a phone call from my producer this morning saying, our presenter's got one of your records. Do you fancy coming on?
Well, it is a shock, but I mean, you know, I think it's people just getting rid of their old vinyl. They're taking it along to a shop and probably give it to them for nothing, you know.
Well, I've been very lucky to get it, Neville, and it's been a real pleasure to speak to you. You've been a good sport. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks for speaking to me.
Thank you, Neville.
All the best.
All the best to you and your wife. Thank you. There we go. Oh, well done, Marky Mark. Oi. What a nice... But we have nice guests today. We don't even normally have guests, and we have people like Neville Dickey. Go and Google him, or Bing him, and you'll find his website, and you'll see his jazz club and all of that stuff. And this is getting played tonight. Come on, kids, bedtime. Up to bed. Come on. Ah, man, well, you know what? That's kind of it. That's your lot. It's been a busy old show today, hasn't it? Ah, dear. I've now got people tweeting me about Neville Dickey. Grant is saying, hey, that's a good record. Have you heard Neville's Back to Boogie? How funny, you see. Right, listen, that's it. That's your lot for today. Am I back next week? Yes, I am back next week. The week after I'm off. Back next week, Fridays 2 till 4. Saturday 10 till 12. Yesterday's show, by the way, was an absolute blinder. Very rarely do I say that. But if you missed it, go and listen on the what do they call it? Oh yeah, the computer. Go to the computer and type it in, and it'll pop up. Oh, this is great. This. You can email me in the week if you want. Iain.lee, IAIN.LEE @bbc.co.uk. Don't worry, haters who are gonna hate. There's a decent show coming up next. You got Caroline Martin
on FM,
Freeview, digital radio,
and online.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Before Caroline, let's get the latest news on BBC WM 95.6. Here's Sophie.
Eurotunnel has demanded immediate action after train services through the Channel Tunnel were again disrupted by migrants. Around 150 people tried to storm the terminal in Calais overnight, causing delays and cancellations. The company say not enough's being done to tackle the problem. George Osborne plans to end inheritance tax on most homes worth up to £1 million. It will be in his budget on Wednesday. The government is also proposing a range of measures to help provide more affordable homes. They include simplifying planning, right to buy schemes. But head of policy at the homeless charity shelter, Toby Lloyd, believes both are flawed.
Both of those will be very, very nice for a handful of people who will benefit from them. But unfortunately, it's just another example of piecemeal schemes that help a lucky few but do nothing to address the fundamental problem, which is a desperate shortage of genuinely affordable homes we have.
A statement appears to confirm that a family of 12 from Luton has joined the so-called Islamic State group in Syria. The family disappeared in May after a trip to Bangladesh. The document says they travelled there of their own free will and that nobody should worry about their safety. The funerals of 3 Wednesbury men from the same family who died in the Tunisian beach attack will take place next week. 49-year-old Adrian Evans, his dad Patrick,